आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello students, the question is formation of alkanes by the action of zinc on alkyl halide is called, and here four options are given to us. So we need to tell that the reaction, what is the name of the reaction when alkanes are formed by the reaction of zinc on alkyl halides. So the reaction that they are talking about in the question is when we treat alkyl halide, that is Rx, with zinc, here 2 moles of alkyl halide. Rx is nothing but alkyl halide. You can take an example, let's say ethyl chloride, CH2Cl, CH3. So this is your ethyl chloride as an example. So here Rx is alkyl halide, 2 moles of alkyl halide are used. Here Zn is zinc. Alright, this reaction takes place in the presence of a solvent known as dry ether. And then what happens is, this Znx2, that means zinc halide is formed, and the bond between R and R is formed. This means this is an alkane that is formed here, and with this zinc halide is formed, Znx2. Okay, so this is the reaction that they're talking about in the question. That means alkyl halide, the zinc is reacting with the alkyl halides, 2 moles of alkyl halides in the presence of dry ether. It gives us alkane and zinc halide. Okay, and this reaction is known as Franklin reaction. This reaction is known as what? Franklin reaction. Okay, so this is known as Franklin reaction. If you see in the options, Woods reaction, Claisen, no. Cannizzaro, no. Franklin, yes. So option D is the correct answer for this. Okay, so option D is the correct answer for this. That is Franklin reaction. But now let's see what other reactions are. So first is Woods reaction. Now what happens in the Woods reaction here? What happened in this reaction is that it is same as alkyl. It is same as the Franklin reaction, but in Franklin we were using zinc, but here we use sodium metal, Na. Okay, that is sodium. So what reaction occurs here? Rx, here also 2 moles of alkyl halides are used. Rx is nothing but alkyl halide, sodium and alkyl halide. Alright, here because and 2 sodium is used because 2 alkyl halides are there, right? So 2 sodium metals are used, which gives us what? Which gives us alkane, alright? And plus with this, 2 molecules of sodium halide is formed. Okay, and this alkane is formed. So this is your Woods reaction. Okay, in Franklin we were using zinc, but here we use sodium. Got it? Now the next was our Cannizzaro reaction, right? So the next was our Cannizzaro reaction. Cannizzaro reaction. Now what happens is in Cannizzaro reaction, this is a disproportionation reaction. What happens here is that, okay, there is one before that there is one more point in this reaction, that there should be no alpha hydrogen present in the reaction. No alpha hydrogen should be there. That means the carbon attached to next to carbonyl should not have what? Alpha hydrogen. That means, let's say if this is the carbon attached to this, let's say this is CH3. So this is the carbonyl carbon, this is the alpha carbon. So this alpha carbon should not have alpha hydrogen. If alpha hydrogen is present, then another reaction takes place. Okay, so Cannizzaro doesn't take place. So alpha hydrogen should not be there in this reaction. Alpha hydrogen should not be there. This is alpha carbon, okay? The hydrogens attached to it are known as alpha hydrogen. So it should not be there. Only there Cannizzaro reaction takes place, and that is known as a disproportionation reaction. Now let's see the reaction that occurs in Cannizzaro. Reaction is, let's say we take benzaldehyde. Let's say we take benzaldehyde. This is our benzaldehyde, CHO, right? This is the carbonyl carbon, right? To which this carbon is the alpha carbon, and we know that this carbon has no hydrogen. So no alpha hydrogen is present here. Okay. So 2 moles of benzaldehyde is used here. Alright. And what product it will give us? It will undergo disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction means that one will get oxidized and the another one will get reduced. Okay, so this CHO, let's say, as 2 moles are using, so one of them will get oxidized, and when we will do the oxidation of CHO, aldehyde group, we get acid, so we will get benzoic acid, and the another one will get reduced, and on the reduction of aldehyde, we get alcohols, so we will get benzyl alcohol, that is CH2OH. Okay, so this will be formed. So this is the type of this is the example of Cannizzaro reaction, okay, which is not the Franklin reaction they were asking in the question. So this is not the answer again. So the next one was what? It was Claisen reaction, right? Claisen reaction. So what happens in the Claisen reaction here? The condensation reaction takes place. If I give you an example, so what happens here? Condensation takes place. That means removal of water molecule. Condensation reaction takes place. If I give you an example of condensation reaction, here, let's see, we have ethyl acetate, that is CH3, C double bond O, C2H5. So this is our ethyl. This is ethyl and this is whole is acetate. Here 2 moles of ethyl acetate will be used because condensation is going to take place between the 2 molecules of ethyl acetate. This happens in the basic medium. Let's say if we take NaOET, that is sodium ethoxide. Alright, and also let H3O positive. It occurs in the basic condition. Okay, H3O positive here is just to work up for the reaction at the end. Alright, so now what happens? What we will get? We will get a beta keto ester will be formed over here. That is CH3, C double bond O, CH2, C double bond O, OC2H5, OC2H5 plus ethanol molecule will be C2H5OH. It will be removed. Alright. And here if you see, this is the carbonyl carbon, this is the ester group, right? So the main carbon will be this one, right? So if you see, if the carbon next to attached to the carbonyl carbon is known as alpha carbon, and the next to it is beta. So at the beta carbon we have a keto group, so that's why we are calling it as beta keto ester. Not to this one. This is beta keto ester. This is alcohol, okay, the side product. So this is the condensation is taking place like this, okay. So in this way we are getting beta keto ester here. So this is the Claisen reaction. So as we have seen these reactions, so the only correct answer is D, Franklin reaction, and the rest are incorrect reaction. So D is the correct answer. I hope you understood. Thank you so much.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT जेईई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।